You probably know that chili peppers feel hot, but here's the strange thing, there's no actual heat involved. Your mouth isn't being burned. Instead, a molecule inside this pepper is tricking your nervous system into thinking you're touching fire. Let's look at the chemistry behind that. The compound responsible for the burning sensation is called capsaicin. Capsaicin is an organic molecule produced by chili pepper plants as a defense mechanism against animals that may try to eat them. If we look at its structure, we see several important features. One end of the molecule contains a vanillyl group, which includes an aromatic ring and oxygen containing functional groups. The other end is a long hydrophobic carbon chain. This structure allows capsaicin to interact with proteins embedded in our nerve cells. Inside the nerve endings of your mouth and skin are proteins that detect temperature and pain. One of these proteins is called TRPV1, which stands for transient receptor potential vanilloid 1. TRPV1 is essentially a molecular sensor that detects dangerous heat. Normally, it activates when temperatures rise above 43 degrees Celsius, which signals potential tissue damage. When this receptor opens, it allows positively charged ions to enter the nerve cell, thus generating an electrical signal that travels to your brain. Your brain then interprets this signal as burning heat. The fascinating part is that capsaicin can activate this receptor even when there's no heat present. Capsaicin binds to the TRPV1 protein and causes the channel to open. Once the channel opens, the ions flow into the nerve cell and trigger the same signal that real heat would produce. Your brain receives this signal and concludes that your mouth is experiencing intense heat. But in reality, nothing is actually burning. Capsaicin is essentially hijacking your body's heat detection system. It's just tricking you. When TRPV1 receptors are activated repeatedly by capsaicin, several things happen. First, nerve cells continue sending strong pain signals to the brain. Second, the body responds with inflammation-like reactions. Blood flow increases to the area, which is why your face can turn red when eating spicy food. Third, your brain activates cooling responses. You may start sweating or feel the urge to drink something cold. All of these reactions are part of the body's attempt to deal with what it believes is a dangerous heat source. Many people instinctively reach for water after eating something very spicy, but water usually doesn't help much. That's because capsaicin is largely nonpolar and hydrophobic. In other words, it doesn't dissolve well in water. Instead of washing the capsaicin away, water often just sprays it around the mouth. Milk works much better because it contains casein, a protein that can bind to capsaicin molecules and help remove them from the receptors. People who regularly eat spicy foods often develop a higher tolerance to capsaicin. This happens because repeated exposure can cause desensitization of the TRPV1 receptors. Over time, nerve cells become less responsive to capsaicin stimulation. This is why foods that seem extremely spicy to one person may feel only mildly hot to someone who frequently eats chili peppers. Capsaicin evolved as a clever defense strategy for chili pepper plants. Interestingly, mammals are sensitive to capsaicin, but birds are not. Birds lack the same sensitivity in the TRPV1 receptors. This means birds can eat chili peppers without feeling the burn, allowing them to spread the seeds over large distances. Meanwhile, mammals that may chew and destroy the seeds are discouraged from eating the fruit. This is a remarkable example of chemistry shaping ecological interactions. Despite all this, millions of people love spicy food. Why? Because the pain triggers the release of endorphins and dopamine, the same chemicals involved in pleasure and reward. Your brain essentially says that hurt, but we survived, and rewards you with a chemical rush. then you feel good, you feel happy, you feel nice, your mood changes because of the dopamine and the endorphins that have been released. So, chili peppers don't actually burn your mouth. Instead, a molecule called capsaicin activates the same receptors that normally detect dangerous heat. Your brain interprets these signals as fire even though no real heat is present. In other words, chili peppers are performing a clever bit of biochemical trickery on your nervous system.